life at full speed, easy to see. When we collide, no one walks away easy. I never thought you'd be the one. I never meant to take your heart. I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. You and me, we both live life at full speed, easy to see. When we collide, no one walks away easy. I never thought you'd be the one. I never meant to take your heart. I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. And I feel the stars that crumble to dust. We still feel the warmth burning in us, burning in us. And it hurts so bad, but it doesn't mean let's go. No, 'cause I feel the storm. You'll see the sun, you'll see the sun, you'll see the sun, you'll see the sun, you'll see the sun. And after the stars that crumble to dust, we still feel the warmth burning in us, burning in us.
No, not round the outside, surely. Oh, round the outside of all balls. That's a good comeback. Comeback's on. What a move. GTrealm has got past line for that third position. That's incredible. What a move that was.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is round 9 of the Civic Type R Cup. It is properly hotting up now as we get ourselves nearly to the end of the 10 round series. As I can imagine that you've all thought that it's been quite energetic and exciting up to this point, and now it's just going to get even better because this track is particularly tight and not many places to pass. So joining us on the comms today, we have Mr. Brian Gardner and myself, Cliff Scholes.
Thanks, Cliff, for having me again this week.
Very
Pleasure
welcome,
to be
my
here.
friend. So yes, Brian. Oh my God.
Oh goodness,
What
Cliff.
can we
There's a
say?
lot going on this week. You know, you can't wait to see what's going to happen here. We got to talk first off. You know,
Yeah.
even before we get into quali.
Go for it.
You know, Dusty's impact on the point standing is going to be felt this week. You know, he was out in the middle there, and we had some jockeying with the people who complete the series. And Dusty made some comments this week that he didn't stick his nose in places. And let me be honest with you, Dusty's really fast on this track, and Dusty has the potential, even though he has missed a significant number of races in this Cup, Cliff.
Go.
The middle four. This will only be his 5th race out of 9 this week.
Wow.
He has the potential to finish in the top 4 if he finishes well over the next 2 weeks, Cliff. That's an amazing feat.
Jesus. That is mental. That he's got so many podiums on every race.
He is. In fact, the only driver we have in this series who every race he has started has finished with a podium.
Wow.
And that again is just commendable. It's an amazing feat.
Absolutely.
At the same time, the race for first and second between Ryan and Taylor this week. Taylor being currently in first place by 3 points over Ryan, 92 to 89 total points. This track is tight. And again, just things we talk about, Cliff.
Yeah.
You know, Taylor has a tendency to use the width of the track to his advantage, which is a great strategy in certain courses. But Mount Panorama has walls, Cliff.
It has lots
tight
of walls.
Cliff.
Lots of
walls, Cliff.
There's lots of concrete.
I mean, many walls, Cliff. Miles of concrete, Cliff.
There's absolutely true.
And it'll be interesting. Yes, and it'll be interesting to see at the end of the day tonight. Sorry, what has played out? Has Ryan been, conservative? Has Taylor gone for it all? And that's another thing that comes to mind right now is the risk reward of this week will be played out in front of us. Risk versus reward. Will Taylor try to stretch everything? Is Ryan going to realize he can just settle in, get a gap, and play that out lap after lap and not worry about, hey, do I need to be the fastest?
Absolutely.
There's a lot at play here, Cliff. A lot at play. I can hear a horn honking, Cliff. I think they're ready for the qualifying to start. I'm going to shut up and let's get this thing started.
Let's go. So here we go. Starting qualify round 9. What can we expect? Exactly everything that Brian's just mentioned, and it is going to be playing a massive factor as to whether you take the risk to go, all in and maybe hit a wall, or whether you play it cautious and see what happens. So we shall see.
So, speaking of that, Cliff, something else that we saw in practice was if somebody is to make a mistake in the kind of sector 2, if you will, after you get off that long straight after turn 1, you get up in that twisty section. We saw in practice several days in a row. If you make a mistake and hit the wall, it's not like on the other tracks. You're going to get passed, even by people who are seconds behind you. They are going to take your position from you, and you're going to pay for that mistake. And that's really, Cliff, that this week, goodness, we have both driven this for years. Yeah. And in this car on this track, they're all the same. They all have the same setup. Yep. You can't say, oh, I got a Beetle versus, the NSX and a GTR, a GT3 car. These are the same Civics. You're not going to make that time up if you spin out and let 6 people get by because you got bottled up, turned around, and you lost control of the car. Absolutely.
It's why what makes the series so exciting is that it's that everyone's on the level playing field. It is literally just got to do with drivers' skill and commitment and just overall driving ability, and there is a bit of a gap between the top, say 4 or 5 to the rest of the grid, but the amount of great racing that it's produced so far is gone well beyond what I expected for the series so far, Brian.
Agreed, Cliff. Agreed. And this week, we've got some things like that are playing out. Taylor being in first, Ryan being in second currently in the current standings. And as we watch all this play out in front of us this week, I'm going to be honest. Taylor's strategy is good. He's a great driver. But at the same time, you just wonder how is that going to play out this week with his typical strategy? I don't know, Cliff. I really want to see how that's going to play out. I feel like we have the potential for a lot of drama, a little bit of shakeup. I don't feel like Ryan's going to come in first and Taylor's going to come in last and get 0 points. That's not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen.
Taylor's going to glean points. Yeah, Taylor's going to glean points this week. But, there's always a but.
Exactly.
Ryan has the potential to set the fastest lap, come in first, and if Taylor comes in 5th or 6th, next week at Tacoma, that's a real showdown with a short track. It really sets up for what could be an awesome finale this week, not taken away from what we're going to watch this week.
Absolutely.
But I feel like we are really ascending, crescendoing, if you will, to what we're going to have as a season finale for this inaugural Cup for GTrealm Racing.
Absolutely. I think it couldn't have gone any better for us on our first ever series. So
absolutely not. Agreed.
And that includes the tracks we picked and everything. Obviously, it wasn't. I wouldn't have said it was calculated of the tracks that I picked for these cars. I did test them on each track and figured out what would be best.
Right. I mean, we obviously have all driven this, you know, in during the week when people can't see. But the point being is, when you put the guys on Saturday evening, when all of the marbles are on the line, as we say in the U.S., it's you know, there's no more testing, there's no more playing. This is why we have led up to this night. What's going to happen with Taylor, Ryan, Dusty, who I expect to be in the top 3 in some form of that? Was Taylor sandbagging all week? Has he not shown what he really has? Or is it that Ryan and Dusty are going to come out 1 and 2 in some place, and Taylor is going to fall back, or he's going to be in the back? I'm not rooting against anyone, Cliff. I'm just drawing observations that I've seen throughout the week, and I wish everyone the best, especially John, since I'm technically his manager, but we'll leave that alone at the door. But it's like, you know, we want to see everybody do well, but there's a lot at play here this week, Cliff.
There's absolutely a lot at stake. I mean, the top guys who have been practicing all week, i.e. everybody, but the fast guys as well, with Ryan, Dusty, Hoggers, even Mitch now has started to up his pace, so he's looking a bit more tasty nowadays. You know, there's a lot of drivers who have really upped their game throughout this entire season, and it's really showing now near the end what they've learned and what they're applying in terms of throttle control. As you said, it's a key point in this car, is throttle control, because of all the wheel spin. You know, absolutely
braking, all of it, right? And again, Mount Panorama presents for some, again, Cliff, I just have to commend you in your choice of courses for this inaugural series. Again, there are a lot of different disciplines here. There are a few corners. Speaking of corner 1, and I don't know the corner numbers, but coming down as you come down the hill in the back, if you don't get good exits out of corner 1 and the corner coming down the hill in the back, you are going to get taken over by people who understand how to drive.
Absolutely.
We have seen that time and time again, where it looks like they are, I'm air quoting right now, nobody can see it, cheating, for lack of a better word, because they can just drive by you because you got a poor exit, they got a good exit, you can use the slip, and it's a very long straight.
Absolutely. And there's great slipstream potential on this track on the back straight. Absolutely. Also after the first left-hander after the start-finish straight, that's a really long...
after turn 1. You get down that straight after turn 1. That's a long straight that's seemingly flat. There's a little hump in the middle.
That's it.
But you can really use the slip to your advantage.
Absolutely. And once you've committed, once you're alongside, there's nothing you can do, because it's completely normal. You're there ready to go for the line. It's just who's got the biggest noodles for the brakes. Do you know what I mean?
To say the least. Exactly. That's exactly correct.
But it's again, you know, use your driver advancements. If you're on the outside going for a right-hand turn, then obviously you're going to be looking for the switchback. You just brake slightly earlier. Obviously, you're trying to con the inside guy into braking late.
Yes.
So he'll over.
Agreed.
So, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
Pass it, Brian. So.
Yeah. You want him to send it late so you can take advantage of that, right? Yeah.
What is it? Easier said than done half the time.
So speaking of all this, you know, this week, Cliff, you know, obviously we have statistics on all the drivers, and I have to bring this up. Currently, you know, we have Ryan at first, or I'm sorry, Taylor at first, Ryan at second, Lupo in third, Hoggers in fourth, Mario and Dusty tied for fifth as we sit today.
That's mad.
Dusty did not participate in race in round 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, as we said earlier, he is the only driver that has had a podium finish in every round he has started.
Exactly.
If we look at that going into tonight, I would expect Dusty to be solo fifth at the end of the round. Challenging Hoggers for fourth. There's no way he can win it because, I mean, let's just be honest. Granted, some unforeseen travesty, which is not going to happen.
No.
Taylor and Ryan are not going to get 0 points.
No.
Not going to happen.
No.
Not going to happen.
I mean, worse things have happened.
Dusty is racing for fourth.
We're probably going to give him commentators.
They have, and I don't want to put the announcers. You're right. I just thought about the announcers' jinx. I don't want to put that on either of them. But we just assume at this point, Taylor and Ryan are racing for fourth. Lupo has a solid third wrapped up, and Hoggers is racing for fourth.
Yeah.
Now there is some challenge between Hoggers and Lupo there, but I really feel like when you look at the average points per race started, everything's in line except for Dusty. You know, you look at how they are positioned in the series. Dusty's the one out of order. Hopefully, you know, again, it would be nice to see a little more competition for a win this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cliff, like we had last week.
Yeah,
last week
absolutely.
was amazing finish.
Absolutely. And that's what you want, though, isn't it? You want that top spot to be, you know, fought for, not just someone carrying away. I mean, obviously, you're going to have races.
Challenged.
Yeah, exactly. So it is interesting to see how it's all panned out at the moment. I mean, Dusty, if he'd like you said, if he'd have been able to make all the things, he'd have been up there. But interestingly, he's keen to get involved in one of the next series. He's interested in the Mazda one. So if he's able to commit to that, then you know, I'll be surprised if he's not up there at the top in that series, as he would have been in this one.
To be honest, to completely transparent, from my perspective, as relatively a new driver, you know, I played Gran Turismo 1 way back in the day on the original PlayStation, and I didn't play again until I watched someone named Cliff Scholes on GT Sport. You know, hello. And then I bought into GT7, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, it's completely different than it was, you know, all those years ago, 20 plus years ago. And, you know, you look at what we have to offer, you know, what the game has given us and what we get to watch. And I cannot wait to see what we have in store coming up. You know, like you said, the Mazda Cup that's coming up. It will be an amazing thing to see how these great drivers can adapt to a different car on different tracks with different conditions, but they still excel, Cliff.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not... Dusty's not good. Taylor's not good. Ryan's not good because of the car. They're good in spite of the car.
Exactly.
Like, their skills transcend what we put them in.
That's correct.
And what track we pick. Yeah, and it's a great thing to see. You know, and I'm not shortcoming any of our drivers.
No.
If you look at all of our drivers across the board, Robin, Tom, you know, Granddad, Sam, the woman representing the women.
Exactly.
Again, Sam, you know, is competitive. She works her ass off works her butt off every week to be in a competitive place.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to be honest with her, she has earned points the last 2 rounds, and I expect nothing different from Sam this round. And you go right up the list, whether that's Dan, John, Mitch, Carlos, you know, Mario, who, by the way, anybody watching this week, Mario has had a medical procedure during the week, and we expect to see him having some issues with braking. So, you know, Mario himself has said it's not an excuse, but Mario, I understand if you fall out of where you normally finish. It's okay, brother. I understand.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, obviously that's the end of the qualifying. We'll just have a look at the results.
I've talked through the whole qualifying.
No, it's all good. That's what we wanted. Keep we had it all on. We were watching it all. So we've got Taylor's qualified first.
Look at the difference in Lupo there, Cliff.
Oh, there's nothing.
0.014 to Lupo. 0.070 to Ryan. Dusty right there. 0.1. Oh my goodness. So you have got to be kidding me.
That top 4 is going to be lightning. And then obviously from Dan in 5th place, he's done really well there with that 206. And Mitch with his 206s. But I think Mitch was expecting to do a little quicker because this is one of his actual favourite track of all time.
We don't know. I feel like Mitch will finish better than 6 because I feel like Mitch gets it. Like the whole risk-reward thing we were talking about earlier, I feel like Mitch is going to get that. He's going to pace himself. He's going to set in, and he's going to do what he needs to do to have a good finish at the end of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. John will be happy with his 7th place. I think August, that's quite low for him. So it might be a track that he's not so keen on. Who else have we got? We've got Carlos in 9th. 207.5. I did a little practice with him this afternoon, and we got his times down a bit, so I think he'll be happy with that. Scott's done well there as well with the 208.
Scott's done very well, yeah.
And Mario's done well with his 208. Again, you know, Mario's got some...
And obviously, the surgical procedure is impacting Mario's braking, and I have to say, very respectful for Mario for even getting in this race this week, Cliff.
Exactly. I did tell him he could not do this race if he wanted to, because obviously... For obvious reasons.
Just shows his commitment to the cup.
Absolutely.
And again, applaud Mario for that.
Yeah.
Applaud Mario for that.
Absolutely. And then we've got Grandad 209. I don't know whether he was expecting to do better or not. I didn't really speak to him much this week. Not quite sure. Robbie with a 209 as well, 0.2. Robbie, I need to give him some more tutoring, I think. I think he would appreciate if I got on board with him for a bit. And then we've got Sammy with a 211.
Sammy has way more than 211.
Yeah, for sure.
211 in her. She all day can run 208s, 209s, and I expect to see her again. We don't know what happened in qualifying because, someone wouldn't shut their mouth up, being me. But, I expect to see Sammy finish better again, as the female in this race.
Yeah.
Female
Yeah.
by birth at that rate, Cliff. I expect to see Sammy finish much higher than 14th. I mean, Sammy is a great driver. Racing with her side by side when we practice. Much respect for Sammy for throwing it out there, Cliff, and getting in here with all the guys and saying, hey, I'm going to represent the females. Much respect for you,
Absolutely,
Sammy.
absolutely. Well, with that in line, we're going to cut to a little ad break now to show you what we've got coming up and, all that jazz. So just bear with us and we will start the race after these couple of adverts.
Ever wanted to be part of a racing team? Ever wanted to learn the sweet science of being a quick driver? Then your wait is over. We are calling on you, my racing soldiers, to join our community, to be part of the most talked about Gran Turismo sports streaming channel out there. We are GTrealm Racing.
Staring down the barrel, waiting for the
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and here we go then. We're going to carry on with this now, and here is the final, well, second to last race, round 9 of the Civic Cup, and we're going to get it underway right now. Let's go, Brian.
Here we go, Cliff. Exciting series here. We come to the end, round 9 out of 10 rounds. Excited to see what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you, Mount Panorama, Cliff, great choice for the second to last race of the series, inaugural. Oh, my goodness, Cliff. We're going to see what happens. It's going to play out in front of us, Cliff. I don't know. I'm excited to see.
I know, mouth-watering. Mouth-watering. Although it seems to have stuck itself. The race will begin shortly, apparently. Robbie is left. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no, that's not good.
That's the end of that. I don't know what's going on there, but that'll be the end of his race, unfortunately. And we're all on the line, so let's get the info. Everyone's beeping their horns. And here we go.
Cliff, horns are honking.
Whoop, whoop.
Lights are on, Cliff. I think it's time to go into the realm again. Here we go, Cliff. Excited to see what's going to happen. They launch. Here we go. Coming down into the first turn, which again is going to be a tight turn. Tight left-hander here. Taylor at the front. Lupo right there. Ryan right there. They get through fine, Cliff. It looks pretty good in the back.
It does. It looks pretty good. Everyone's got through there pretty well. They're just going to shuffle around for space now, I should imagine. Let's see how... oh, Lupo's going for looks like he's going to go for an outside move on Taylor on the first corner.
Wow.
We'll see how this plays out.
Imagine that. Lupo on the outside. We had some comments on that during the week, and Lupo's part of the world. They pass on the outside.
Absolutely.
We'll see how that plays out during the round, Cliff.
Indeed. What a shot that is. Oh, John is up on against the wall there. That was unfortunate.
Oh, John. Hang in there, buddy. Keep it moving, John. Just hold in there. It's a long race, brother. It's a long race.
He's got no penalties, so it's all good. So Taylor's going to try and extend his lead now, I should imagine. But Lupo's going to be in hot pursuit. Ryan is right up Lupo at this stage, Brian.
Absolutely. Here we go. We're looking at the front. You know, you got Ryan in the Ryan coming up behind Lupo. Taylor in the front, stretching out a little bit. It'll be interesting to see, Cliff, how this plays out. I think Ryan is going to be smart here. He knows where he is in the championship. He knows what he needs to do. I think he's just going to settle in right here.
Oh, no, Mitch has had a massive accident.
Oh, my. There's the spin out right there, Cliff, we were talking about. Multiple people are going to pass right in the middle of the track. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh, he just had lift-off oversteer into the complex.
4.5 seconds.
Oh, no.
Dead last. Oh my goodness.
Mitch.
That's going to impact the standings significantly. This is what we're talking about.
Exactly.
This gives Dusty the exact avenue he needs to move up. If Hoggers finishes in last place, that's 0 points, and Dusty can move up and challenge for 4th place in the overall standings, Cliff.
Oh my God. So it's already gone horribly wrong. Mitch will be having proper words with himself there, but at least he'll get angry enough to get his head down and hopefully make some places up. Because he's quick enough in this
elbows
to make
out,
places.
elbows out,
Absolutely.
Head down, sir. Push, push, let's go. There's a lot of time left, Cliff.
Absolutely.
Mitch can make it up, let's go.
27 minutes. Sure, you can do something at this point.
Absolutely agree, Cliff. Here we have that long straight after the first turn. We're going to see what this slip is going to play out.
Lupo is absolutely...
Here we go. Wow. Wow.
There's going to be a lot of
the
defensive
top
driving
three,
top three
right there. Cliff, you can blow a blanket over them under a second with the top three.
Exactly.
You know, and again, a lot of respect for them. They're moving forward. Here we go. Oh, my gosh. This is what we want to see. Exactly. Ryan right there. If Taylor hiccups, Cliff, if Taylor hiccups, Ryan is going to take advantage. And, oh, my gosh.
Absolutely.
There is no better second to the last round. Round 9. Here we go. A little sideways there for Taylor. Slides out. 2.5 penalty. Oh. Taylor has made a mistake on lap 2.
Oh, dear.
This is what we thought we'd see, Cliff, and it's come to fruition.
Oh,
Ryan,
Lord.
risk reward. Hopefully Ryan sees that, can calm himself down and just take advantage of it. Down the back straight, because Taylor is going to serve that on this lap, Cliff. He's going to serve it right now.
Here we go. They've all just backed off now, the two of them, just knowing that they don't need to pressurize him.
They know. They know there's no reason to pressure,
No.
right? No reason to take risks, Cliff.
Oh, my
Let Taylor
God.
serve that penalty, blow by him. It's almost like they're working together. Cliff, do they
Yeah.
have comms between each other? I'm not sure.
I don't think
Are
so.
they on the same channel?
They shouldn't
it
be.
seems like they have teamed up to take advantage of Taylor. They leave Taylor in the dust. There's a significant gap back
God.
to Taylor. He's getting absorbed by the second
Oh,
pack.
Dusty
looking at him right now,
That's it.
sliding in, applying pressure. What's Taylor going to do? I don't know, Cliff. I don't know. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God, Brian, it's absolutely kicking off, and we've got Dan in amongst all this little battle now as well between those three. So this, oh my God, just to see what Taylor does, to see if he can pull it away from Dusty, because Dusty's right on him now, got slipstream and everything. at this
Dusty
point,
is no
Brian.
one to mess around with, Cliff. Dusty has the potential to set the fastest lap on this track.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
Taylor's got to get out, get away, get up, get back to those top two if he wants to be up in the top three. I don't know. There's a lot of risk here on lap two. If Taylor slid on lap two, Cliff,
Yeah.
I wonder, is there, you wonder about what's in his head right now,
Exactly.
right? On lap two, he slid, picked up a 2.5 penalty when he clearly seemed to be dominating the race, and he's already slid back to third and fourth and fifth place. Dusty and Dan are right there hanging out.
Absolutely.
And to be honest with you, John, the elder statesman of our group, is right there.
Yeah,
and I
second
guarantee
behind.
you, if Taylor gets another penalty,
He'll be
John
on him.
will pounce. He will have no second thoughts about taking that away from Taylor.
Absolutely
Cliff.
not, no. He will love to take that on. Mitch has made himself, he's got 5 seconds and got he's got some pressure from Carl now, I think. Mario's actually doing really well at the moment.
But
But I'm not being funny though, but
that even with Mario having surgery,
Exactly.
I'm just
it's
gonna be
still
honest.
Carl and
It's
Mario.
a shocker. It's a shocker.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I'm just blown away that Carlos and Mario, I'm sorry, Carlos, I didn't mean to short your name, are side by side. And it appears to me that they're using each other's slip.
Exactly.
Cliff.
They're playing
I mean,
it.
is there a ruling we need to have on this? Are they allowed to use each other's slip like this,
Yeah,
Cliff?
why not,
do we
while you're
have,
in the race?
Let me get out my rule book and see. Have we... Oh, I guess not. I guess they're allowed
No,
to.
they can use it.
It's hilarious.
They can play
though.
together to
We're
try
in
and catch
round
up.
9. These two guys, I mean, if they're
connected at the hip.
maybe they should get married. I don't know.
I agree.
They should get married. I'm not sure.
They should elope. That's what they need to do. Just elope.
Yeah,
Go
for
get it
sure.
done.
I mean, and in all honesty, them switching back and forth, Carlos letting Mario go down that back, letting Mario get past him so Carlos can use his slip on the front. It'll be interesting to see in turn 1. Are they going to be... I was about to be really insulting. Hopefully, they will use the slip to their advantage. I was going to say, are they going to be smart enough, but that's messed up.
No, I know
both
what you
are very
mean.
intelligent drivers. After turn 1 here, I'm sure they will use the slip to their advantage. Carlos will pull back up to Mario,
Yep.
drive up this slide uphill with a little hump in the middle, and get it up there into turn 2. Brake hard,
Absolutely.
get up to the rhythm section there,
Well,
It's incredible to see, Cliff.
It
Incredible
is.
to see.
We've got Scott, who seems to be bringing it up the back as well. That'll give him some much needed up the pack ability, which is what we want to see.
That's what we want to see.
And we'll just nip to
Keep it moving forward.
we'll nip to the front and just see what's going on there, because Lupo, how the hell Taylor's managed to get back into second place.
How is Taylor in front of Ryan?
That's incredible. Lupo's up on his time though.
Again, that just speaks to his ability.
Absolutely.
I mean, he is less than a second back from Lupo. I mean, this young man, Cliff, week after week, just never ceases to impress me.
No,
with his
absolutely.
ability. And that's not taking away from Ryan. Ryan is an unbelievable driver. Lupo, unbelievable. Dusty, unbelievable. Everybody in the series, Cliff, far surpasses my skill. But Taylor, no matter what happens, he seems to find a way to say, hey, look, I am going to be the best driver today on this track in this car week after week.
And he just made a massive move on Lupo there. Absolutely ridiculous.
Clean as could be. Oh my God. And I expect to see him stretch it as we run up the hill after
That's it.
one. And I don't mean to sound mundane, but
No.
What
Look at
else
that
do we
4.
expect
They've
from
got
Taylor?
4 there now.
What else do we expect from Taylor?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Ryan is
cream of the crop.
absolutely. Ryan is up there though. He's not going to let any of this go. He's going to wait for his opportunity to absolutely
they just
take
start
advantage. I think Dusty's giving him a push. He's pushing him to try and get him
Again.
up, get him in contention.
Wise move from Dusty. He knows. Dusty again. Strategic driving from Dusty. Dusty purple right now by 2/10.
Absolutely.
And we're not on lap 2, so it matters, Cliff.
Absolutely, it does. 21 minutes to go, and it is absolutely nip and tuck at the front. The front 4 are absolutely going for it.
Gosh. A little bit of a gap back to Dan. I think Dan has lost touch a little bit. I feel like Dan's just going to settle into 5th, ride it out. He's got a huge gap back to John now. He'll pick up any carnage that happens in those front 4, but I feel like Dan's just going to ride it out in 5th. You got John, comfortable as always. You know, that's one of the things from John. He is the elder statesman, and I do not mean that derogatory.
No.
You know, we talk to John all the time. John is the voice of reason in the community, Cliff.
That's
John
right.
is seasoned. He knows what he's doing. He takes this seriously every week.
Yep.
And John likes to settle in like this, where he just gets in a comfortable position and he can ride it out. 6th position for John would be a great finish. You know?
That'd be a great finish.
I think that it would be, and I think Mitch in 7th, in my opinion, you know, I don't want to offend the Scotsman, but I think that Mitch in 7th position would be a disappointment for Mitch, because I feel like Mitch has top 5, maybe even top 4 time all week long. Cliff, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Brian. I think he's got the pace to do it, and he may catch up with Johnny, and then John will have to try and avoid looking into his mirrors. That seems to be his kryptonite. If John starts checking his mirrors too much, it's game over.
And he does use the cam where the mirror is always visible, correct?
He does, he does.
Oh,
I've tried to get him to change it, but it's not a lot you can do.
It's hard. You got to go to the bonnet cam, John.
Absolutely.
John, you got to go to the bonnet cam. I'm sorry. I'm just going to give you some advice right here. Bonnet cam it is, brother.
So we've got Mario and Carl. Mario's past Carl now. So we've got Mario that's in front of Carl and Scott. Scott is still hanging on.
Great showing from Scott, Cliff. Great showing
Absolutely.
from Scott. Oh, look at that inside here. Going to turn 1 from Scott. Shows it. Thinks better of it. Backs off and gets in line. He wanted it.
Absolutely.
But I think he thought better of it. Hey, at this point on the beginning of lap 6, they're going to get, what do you think, Cliff? 14 laps on this week, Cliff?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's about 14.
Yeah, I mean, at lap 6, what's the risk? What's the risk?
Exactly.
Again, we talked about earlier, risk reward. Much respect for Scott there going, hey, this risk is not worth the reward. I will wait and see if I can pick something up. I'm right here with him.
Absolutely.
Sammy hanging out in 11th. Again, that's a great point position for Sammy.
Absolutely.
Granddad back there with Hoggers has finally caught up again. You know, and again, I'm not faulting anyone, Cliff. I'm just observing. It's really disappointing for Hoggers. We talked about this at the beginning. The battle for 4th really comes down to Hoggers and Dusty.
Absolutely.
And Hoggers currently is in a position that would merit him 1 point because we lost Robbie.
I'm assuming he's had an issue then, Hoggers. At some point.
Yeah, he did. He was the one who got turned on that first or second lap.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Escaping me. Yeah, Hoggers is one who just really got turned around. And, you know, and again, Chris is an excellent driver. Chris / Hoggers, excellent driver. Unbelievable. You know, again, this is one of the people I have enjoyed getting to know in this community. Again, if anybody wants to get the next 2 series that are coming up, Hoggers is one of the greatest guys you're ever going to meet in the world, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And absolutely, he's a great man. Here's a fun fact about Hoggers. He has never driven a car in his life.
Yeah.
Never.
No license.
No license ever.
He drove a freight train for his entire working career.
A freight train, Cliff.
Exactly.
A freight train. Oh my goodness, a freight train, and here he is.
Exactly.
Just showing out here that, hey, I have the skills.
Let's hope he doesn't
to
use
pay the
Civic
bills,
like
if
one,
you
though.
will. Yeah. No.
Woohoo!
Here we go.
Absolutely. Well, we'll go back up the front and see what's happening. So we've got Taylor in the front with a 8/10 lead, and he's gone purple. Ryan has managed to pass nicely at this. Ryan has managed to pass Lupo at this point.
Yes. If Ryan passed nicely, that'd be a great.
And Dusty seems to have. I know that'd be quite funny when Ryan's managed to pass himself. How did he do that? Well, skills. But Dusty's back on this particular train again, and we've seen Dan. Dan's actually catching this little op up now.
Again, much respect for Dan. Dan is the type of guy who, as he gets comfortable in the race, again, there's some people, I don't like to say people, but apologies to the community. There's sometimes you see racers are racers, and they get in the race, and it's not about qualifying. It's about looking at the bumper in front of you and adapting to what the bumper in front of you is doing. And this is one of the places. Oh my gosh! Who just went off Dusty right in front of Dan? As we're talking about it, and Dan's there to take advantage.
Oh my
Dusty,
God.
the risk-reward factor has come in. Dusty has slipped back to fifth.
Oh, he had lift off oversteer on the downward section. It's so easy to do on it though. So easy to do.
It is in that section. If you lose concentration for a second, you will be penalized, Cliff. Every time,
God.
all day. The
Not
Aussies have done a great job of giving us a track that's going to. The cream is going to rise to the top. The dross is going to get taken out right here, Cliff. Right
Absolutely.
in front of us. Live.
Oh, he's going for a move on Dan. No, he decided to pull out of it.
Thinks better of it. Thinks better of it. Thinks better of it. Dan, though, like the other drivers, including Hoggers, does a great job at pacing themselves in race pace.
Absolutely.
As we like to say, right? It's race pace. Hey, I can qualify 8th, but when the green flag drops in 8 laps in, as we are now, 7 full laps, we're starting the 8th lap, I'm going to get in a rhythm. I'm going to drive well, and I'm going to do what I need to do to get myself to the front. I'm not going to take unnecessary risks. When you look back, even with Dusty, with that hiccup, is inside 3 seconds of Taylor. And I'm going to be honest with you, Cliff, how this track plays out, if any one of these top 5 were to have a hiccup in one of this rhythm section, in section 2, tight turns, heavy braking, flirting with the walls, running right up to the edge, as close as you can get to keep people behind you. If Taylor were in the pass right now, it would not shock me if we went down to 7th.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, it's still all to play for. All 3 of these can quite easily make a mistake.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
So let's have a look then. Got to have a look at the rest of the pack. I mean, Dusty's actually splitting the pack now. So, Dan.
Too much time to the front, Cliff.
Honest to
too
God.
much time to the front.
Anything can happen at any point between these lot.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Oh, Mitch has managed to pass John, and we've missed it. So
there's the big gap from John back to Mario. I'm going to be honest with you, Cliff. Mario, if he finishes in the top 10, that's a win for Mario all day. And what I write down, Mario, my friend, if you finish in the top 10,
that's a win.
Hats off to you, sir.
Absolutely.
Hats off to you, sir.
And this is a heavy
right there behind Mario. I can see, Cliff. You got Carlos with Scott coming right behind him. Scott has passed Sammy. Hoggers has passed Granddad. Granddad's again. But to be fair, we lost Robbie in the transition somehow.
We did, yeah.
So Granddad is gonna pick up a point. Granddad he doesn't even have to hold on. He's just got to not freak out and leave the room.
Exactly,
he doesn't rage quit.
Nope.
Granddad gets a point, right?
Absolutely.
You got Hoggers moving up 10 seconds so to Sammy. Is he going to make that up, Cliff, in the next 6 laps? I don't know. I don't know.
That's a lot to ask in 12 minutes, 13 minutes.
And to be honest, the last 3 laps, Sammy's lap times have been all high 207s, 207.9, 207.7, 207.8. Hoggers is right there, 207s. I mean, his best lap is a 207.001, which is the first lap. Other than that, he's right there. Hoggers, this could be the play out we were talking about where Dusty challenges for 4th coming into the last round.
Exactly,
oh my gosh,
yes,
unbelievable here.
Unbelievable. So this bunch is just separating, then it's catching up, then it's separating again. And we've got Lupo who's been taken by Dusty now. So there was a pass there that we've missed.
Yeah, we missed that one.
But it's
we get hung up. There's so much going on.
There's so much going on. We
need multiple camera angles. We need camera and camera or something. I don't know.
We need about 8 people.
Oh my gosh!
Every car.
Well, it just speaks to the talent level of the drivers. Dusty to the inside, right there, Cliff. He gives a little tap to Dan. I don't know. We may need to review that, Chris. He slides off, loses control. Dan taps him. Dusty spins around, goes back to 5th. What are we going to do with that, Cliff? Are we going to have to review that? Is there going to be a marshal review at the end? Oh my!
He outbroke himself on the entrance to that little complex on the way down, and he had no choice but to go over. He's going to get a penalty for that.
Oh, he should. If he doesn't, it's unbelievable.
He'll be gutted.
This is what we spoke about.
Yeah.
Risk versus reward, Dusty, my friend. Just let it play out, brother. Just let it play out.
He didn't get a penalty, though. I don't know how he managed to get away with that.
Cliff?
Dan will be rubbing his hands, though. He's right up Lupo at this stage. Let's have a look. So we've got...
oh, my gosh.
Dan, who's throwing it large for the BBS wheels. Just in case anyone's interested.
BBS!
That BBs! He's loving the chrome.
Coming down the front stretch here, Cliff, we just passed starting the lap 10. And what has occurred is Ryan is putting the pressure on Taylor.
Absolutely.
And Cliff,
Go.
this again becomes what is going to happen, because currently Ryan has, I'm sorry, pardon me, Taylor, I apologize, sir. Taylor has the fastest lap. Yep. Ryan Purple through sector 1 gives Taylor a tap. It's almost like Ryan is saying, hey, it's going to be me and you. We're going to get away from everybody else, and I'm going to battle you for first place and 2 bonus points, because I know that's what's going to come down to next week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's in a great position to get fastest lap, Brian, at the minute. So all he needs to do is just bide his time and just stay close, because Taylor won't be, well, Taylor last week.
Famous last words, Cliff.
I know, exactly. I realised what I've just said there, but Taylor was purposely slowing down in the corner so Ryan wouldn't get fastest lap. So he couldn't take it away, but it was actually taken from him.
I'm going to be honest with you, Cliff. That if that is what Taylor is doing, I'm going to be honest with you. For a young man of his age, that is an amazing strategy.
Exactly.
And I'm going to be honest with you. Much respect to
Absolutely.
you, sir. If you can look me in the eye, virtually, and say that's what I was doing, it was slowing down on purpose to prevent Ryan from getting the fastest lap. Excellent strategy, sir.
Absolutely.
You deserve to win this cup if that's what you're doing. It's almost like Ryan knows.
He does.
He just gave him a tap.
He did.
Oh, unbelievable racing at the front here. Over 2.5 seconds back to Lupo from Ryan.
Already.
I mean, they are separating themselves.
What happened there? Lupo's just gone off. Oh, he went off on the thing. I've missed what's the name of the thing. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've completely missed it. He went off and he's ended up behind.
Oh, he outbroke himself.
Yeah.
I got the replay, Cliff. You can't see it, guys. He outbroke himself there in the chicane. Ended up just driving straight through. Gave up third place to Dan. Oh, my goodness, Cliff. Oh, my goodness.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, awful.
But he's still got a hard race, though. This is still a close race. There's still 8 minutes left of this fantastic race so far. And it's literally anyone's game at the front at the moment, because if anyone at the front makes a massive mistake, everybody will be back up again. It'll back everybody up. What do you reckon, Brian?
Agreeable. I agree. It really comes down to, again, as we expect to see Taylor and Ryan separating themselves. Dusty, we don't interview after the race, but maybe we need to add that, Cliff. I would love to know what is in Cliff. I would love to know what's in Dusty's head right now. He is pushing way harder than he needs to. His pace, Cliff, is on par with the fastest lap. He is just tenths off the fastest lap. And all you have to do, brother, is just stay up there. Yeah, just be relaxed, be smooth, and let it play out in front of you.
That's it, just
take what they're going to give you.
Well, he's up now. He's on blue. So he's done a blue sector, which means he's got all purple sectors so far. And he is on point. He's got a bit of slip from Dan, which is going to help.
Hopefully, again, Dan and Dusty are not inexperienced drivers. No. Hopefully, Dan will play along and allow Dusty to bump draft him, as we say in the U.S., give him a little bump down. Yeah, there you go. Here we see it right. Oh, no! He looks to the left! What are you doing, Dusty?
He's having it.
Just tap him down, brother.
He's full on.
Oh, Dusty.
On the outside
as much as I love you and respect you, I disagree with that. Tap him down. Tap him down.
He wants to get up with the front.
Oh, Dusty.
He doesn't want to play this game. He just wants to get gone. He's like, you slowing me up, man. I need to get to the top 2.
I disagree, Cliff. I disagree. Tap him. Take advantage of that. You have 2, 3 decent straights
Yeah.
right here. Even this front stretch is decent enough. You can get up close and tap them the whole way. And then this, after turn 1, the long straight up to turn 2. Oh, Dusty, my friend, over in Bourbon, we need to talk about your strategy, my friend.
Oh dear, yes, absolutely. But he's, good for us because he means he doesn't want to hang around. He wants to absolutely smash this race and get it done. He doesn't want to be he's up on time again, though, and that's without the slipstream. So he has definitely got the bit between his teeth here.
Oh,
Brian.
a little tap in the back there.
Oh.
Dan gave Lupo.
A little
what was that?
nudge.
I didn't see. Lupo, I'm sorry. Maybe Lupo gave Dan the tap. I just saw some rubbing going on back there.
Oof.
Oh, Cliff. Oh.
Let's have a look. Well, obviously,
Oh, my.
Lupo's in the same mindset as Dusty. He's like, no, get out of my way, Dan.
That was Lupo.
for
Lupo,
the front.
contrary to what he said last week, passed to the inside, gave Dan a little, hey, here's my left fender.
Yeah.
I hope you can chew it because I'm taking that position.
It's mine, chump. Let me through. Oh dear, I will have a look on front. It's just, oh my God, Ryan is ahead of...
Ryan.
We've missed it. He's
Ryan.
ahead of Taylor.
And on top of that, Cliff, Taylor has a half-second penalty. Ryan, get a good exit, my friend, and drive it out
wait, here
because
we
you're getting
go.
a little bit of breathing room. And we expected 14 laps, and we are looking, Cliff, like this is going to play out to be exactly 14 laps. And if Ryan gets if he can break the slip with Taylor, Taylor is not going to have the advantage of having the people behind him, i.e. Dusty and
Yep.
Lupo and Dan, to help him catch back up to Ryan. And I think Ryan has broken the slip.
Yes.
Drive on, my friend. Drive on.
I did notice, though, in practice that Ryan was falling to bits near the end of the race. So the last 5 minutes, as we are now, the tyres really do go off badly and it starts to understeer tremendously. So we'll get to see how
Agreed,
Ryan
but-
deals with it.
But at this point, Ryan is secured in the fastest lap as well, Cliff. We didn't see that.
Oh, yeah,
But
to
way back, he
5.4.
has taken that from Taylor.
Again, if Taylor can get onto his coattails, then he'll be up for fastest lap as well. I'm wondering whether that's what he's going to try and go for. If nothing else, if he can't pass him, then he'll end up matching him for points. If he gets fastest lap.
Great observation there, Cliff. If he can pull out, and he's right there on a .069. That's a good corner.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Oh, great corner there from Taylor, blipping the throttle to get through that turn 2 like he needed to. But again, Cliff, again, you have 1 and 2 racing for 1 and 2.
Yep.
In round 9 of a 10-round series, Cliff. We are really pushing forward to what's going to be an awesome finish to this series next week, Cliff.
Absolutely, absolutely, Brian. I absolutely can't wait for the final round, especially at Tsukuba as well. It's such a twisty circuit. It's going to be a right challenge for the people with heavy right foots, because it's not going to do them well to be slamming it to the floor.
Yeah, no, not ever. It's definitely
Taylor's
a
made a massive
strategic
mistake
track.
there. Oh, he's got a 1 second penalty.
1 second penalty.
He outbroke
Cliff,
himself.
I believe, I don't know if they're going to get 15 in. I feel like 14. If they finish 14, Cliff, that's going to be the number.
That'll be it.
They're coming down here. It's going to be tight. Is it 14 or 15? I'm not sure.
Yep.
Either way,
With 3 minutes
Taylor
left, so.
did not do himself any favors, and right at the second, Dusty has moved up into third.
He has.
How did that happen,
Oh
Cliff?
my
We've been
God.
looking at the front. Dusty has moved into third. He is looking
I'll see if
to
I can
put
catch
the
it.
pressure on Hoggers
Oh.
for 4th place. Right now,
I think
Hoggers slipped up is still in 12th. I don't think he's going to catch Sammy.
I think he did it on the outside. Dusty.
How?
That was ridiculous.
How?
I don't know.
my gosh, Cliff.
What a move.
Unbelievable, Dusty, sir. Oh,
Jesus.
nicey. Ryan with a 2.5 second gap back to Taylor as we come through.
Oof.
Cliff, I believe we're going to get 2 more laps, and I think they're going to finish
Yep.
the 15th lap, only with 2:25 left.
2:25.
We're going to get 2 full laps
Yeah,
in
2
here,
full
Cliff.
laps.
They're going to finish on 15 in the front for sure, Cliff.
For sure, absolutely. I mean, Ryan's gone now. That's it. He's 2.5 seconds ahead. That is him in first place. And at the moment, he's still
Dusty
got fastest
closing
laps.
in. He is sucking Taylor in like a Hoover vacuum in overdrive, Cliff.
Absolutely. This is going to be hot, this. I mean, Taylor can't afford to make
Oh.
any more mistakes and get any more
No
time on.
mistakes. And you know in Taylor's head he's got to be thinking, I want first place.
Yep.
I want the fastest lap. But at this point, Taylor, brother, hold on to what you got.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming in second. Don't let Dusty get those points.
And
Protect your brother Hoggers. Oh, what are you doing, Taylor? Do we have a way to get in talk to him, Cliff?
God,
do we
no,
have a team radio
no.
to Taylor, Cliff? Oh, we need one.
We'll do some mind meld and see what happens. But I mean, if Dusty starts coming up to the back of him, he is bringing Lupo with him. So that'll end up with 3 of them going for it.
It could be for a 2-for-1 there, right? You could have Dusty and Lupo pass Taylor. Taylor drop back into 4th place, which would be a huge difference in points to Ryan. And, Dusty just went purple in that sector. He is 9 thousandths under the fastest lap. Is Dusty going to steal 2 points for Ryan and actually help Taylor in the overall standings, Clip? Here we come down. He's going to have the advantage of Taylor Swift coming down the hill. Get in there, Dusty. Get in there, brother. Push. Let's go.
Let's see if the time comes down between the distance between the two
Oh
of them.
no,
It's
he
coming
had
down.
a bad exit.
I know, but he's still dropping time. It's coming down.
It is.
So
He did not have the best exit I've seen him have. Oh, he has dropped out of the purple. He is just .231. It is going to be his best lap. But it's not going to challenge Ryan. It's not going to challenge Ryan, Cliff.
Well, Ryan's for another lap,
Overdrove
I think.
that corner a little bit. Yes.
So we got another.
I feel like
left.
Ryan is feeling the pressure. We got 30 seconds left here, Cliff.
Absolutely.
As Ryan takes this turn, we start the final lap for Ryan. We're going to have some people finish on lap 14,
Oh
Cliff.
my God! Absolutely. So I think it's going to be. They've all passed, haven't they? So we've got Mitch is going to go for another lap as well, and then we've got John, who I think may up.
It's going to be close for John.
It's going to be close.
He may
for John
not
if
make
he gets
it.
another one. Let's have a look.
Well, if he gets it and Mario doesn't, John secures.
Oh, there you go.
No.
So John got 7th.
John secures 7th. Mario in 8th. Great job, gentlemen. Mario, I have a lot of respect for you, brother, for coming in top 10 with your surgical issues. Absolutely. Carl, comfortably coming in at 9th. Sammy, again, holding off. Scott at the end. Sammy with a top 10.
God.
Cliff, Sammy with a top 10. Unbelievable, Sammy. Scott in 11th. Hoggers 12th. Granddad's going to come in 13th because there's nobody else behind him.
Exactly.
Way to go. Way to go there.
Oh my God. So
we have the top 6 finishing this out, Clip. Let's get back up to the front. We have Ryan with a second half coming up through the uphill section. A little tap there on the outside. Hold on to it, brother. Go to the inside.
Taylor will have seen
Drives out well. He's looking. Here we come into the hard braking zone. Sharp right, sharp left, sharp right again. What's Ryan going to do coming to air? He's doing well. Great job, Ryan.
Oh, my Lord.
Taylor, Dusty, right behind him. Half a second, 6/10 coming down.
He's in
this
slipstream.
downhill is going to be imperative, Cliff.
He's in slipstream, Dusty.
Oh, my gosh. He's right there. He's right there.
Oh, he's
I
got a
think
good
we
exit.
can go ahead and sign off that Ryan is going to win this.
Yep,
It's really going to come
absolutely.
down to what's Taylor and Dusty going to do.
Oh, my
Huge
God.
gap back to Lipo. Everyone else is spaced out. This is really the races for second, Cliff. Here we go. Dusty coming down. Closing the gap, Cliff. He's tripping it down. He's coming down. This is going to be a hard braking corner here. Hard left. Dusty's driving hard. He's going to go through. Is he going to stick it and mail it? I don't know.
Oh, he's
Oh,
lost time.
no. He overbroke him. Great corner. Oh, he
no.
slid. He slid, but he made it up a little bit. He's close. Last
Lupo's on the
corner.
way in as
Come
well.
on, Dusty. You can do it. Ryan's got first place sealed up. The races for second. Excellent corner by Taylor. Dusty comes through. Not enough in the end, Clip. Not enough. First Ryan, second Taylor, third Dusty, followed by Lupo, followed by Dan. We had a steal. We had a steal at the end, Cliff. Lupo took fastest lap on the last lap, Cliff. Can you believe it? Lupo stole it from Ryan. Unbelievable, Lupo.
That's
unbelievable.
2 races.
Oh my goodness, that's going to impact the standings. Oh my goodness. What in the world, Cliff? What in the world?
God.
How did Lupo pull that off? He wasn't even challenging. Oh my gosh. I need a break, Cliff.
Oh my
Let me
God.
update the standings.
Yeah,
oh my
no
gosh.
worries. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what we've
Lupo.
got. Oh, Jesus. Lupo just smashed it on the last lap again. He's done it, and that's the second race he's done it in succession. In succession.
In the last lap.
In the last lap.
Come on, Lupo.
That's some mental
by
stuff.
less than a tenth. By less than. Oh my gosh, Lupo. Oh, Lupo, you have jostled it all up at the end. You have jostled it all up.
That's mental. So here's the standards. So we've got Ryan, who's made it into first place for this evening, and followed by Taylor in second place, followed by Dusty in third place. What an absolute race this was. followed by Lupo in 4th place.
Absolutely unbelievable, Cliff. Absolutely.
Lupo absolutely smashed that final lap, though. He was absolutely on fire there by the looks of it. And then we've got Dan in 5th place. Obviously, he couldn't see anything because he's got his VR on. Clearly. And then Mitch made a cracking recovery to 6th place. Hats off to Mitch for doing such a grand job there to getting it back to 6th place.
Unbelievable, Mitch, sir. Unbelievable, Mitch.
And then we had John, who kept it nice and safe. And I think that was the best thing he could have done. Was to drive it safe, John. Bring it home. Nice 7th or 6th. And he got 7th. And I think that was a great result for him. Followed by Mario, who, despite all the odds, somehow managed to get himself an 8th place. Even sitting after surgery in his chair in a bit of pain, he's actually raced through it and got himself a lovely 8th place there. And who else did we have on the following thing? So we had Carl as well, who's managed to be with his lover, Mr. Mario. So they finished together, which is always nice to see because, you know, they've done every race together at this point, which is, absolutely fantastic. Then we got Sam with a 10th place, which is absolutely amazing for her. She'll be well pleased with that. And if she isn't, then she needs a good telling off to say that she needs to be pleased with it, if you know what I mean. And then Scott had a great race. Scott had a great race also. And we're obviously going to have to take the mickey out of him because he got beat by a girl. But I'm sure he'll be fine with that because, you know, that's how we roll on this channel. It's all about the banter.
Absolutely, Cliff. That's how we do it.
That's it. I've got no picture of Hoggers because he doesn't know how to use technology. So unfortunately, sorry, Chris.
He's in Canada, Cliff. Give him a break.
Yeah,
He's in the middle of the woods.
To be fair, I'd only get a picture of snow anyway, so there's not much you can do about that, is there? But and Grandad come into final place. Obviously not the track for him, I don't think, but he stayed in there, got himself some decent times. Did a 2:08 in the end, so that wasn't too bad. And there you go. That's our top line people. So yeah, what a bloody
excellent race.
that
Super
was.
exciting as always, Cliff.
Yeah, absolutely wall to wall action there. Absolutely. Let's have a little save of the replay. Obviously, we would need to save that. And yeah, that's us done, man. What an actual race that was. So, with that in mind, I'm going to play the series that are coming up next again, so you can all have a look at them. I will be posting next week the timetables for these 2 particular series and how to get involved with them. So be sure to check out the Facebook group and the page. And there'll be a community tab on the YouTube, which will also give you the information if you're following us on YouTube. So yeah, thank you all for joining us. Brian, you've been a legend.
Pleasure as always, Cliff. Pleasure as always.
That's one. And we've been, the comms have been from Brian Gardner and myself, Cliff Scholes. It's been a pleasure, guys, and we shall see you all very soon. Night for now.
Ever wanted to be part of a racing team? Ever wanted to learn the sweet science of being a quick driver? Then your wait is over. We are calling on you, my racing soldiers, to join our community, to be part of the most talked about Gran Turismo sports streaming channel out there. We are GTrealm Racing. Join us and help us become the racing powerhouse all other channels fear. Today we gather. Tomorrow we go to war.